So let's go ahead and go through the market. Let's start off on the euro dollar. And here we are on this pair on the daily chart. And what I'm going to do, since we're going to go through and break down this entire chart, doing top-down analysis to show you guys some of the best trading opportunities, is I'm just going to delete everything off the chart. We're going to go ahead and start fresh with a completely clear, completely clean chart. No indicators involved at all. One of the best ways that I've found to spot out great potential trading opportunities throughout my trading career. Today we're going to talk about some of the best trading setups on the top 5 major pairs, along with how to use trend and structure in order to identify these great trading setups. So stick around through the intro and disclaimer for all of that. If you'd like to be notified about the 1 to 2 videos we come out with each and every week educating traders around the world, make sure to click that subscribe button down below the video to the right hand side and the like button for me while the intro and disclaimer roll. I'll see you directly after. So let's take a look at the top 5 major pairs and talk about some of the best trading opportunities in the Forex market this week. But also, not only are we going to look at these opportunities, we're also going to take you guys through and show you the analysis behind it. Why do we want to take trades in these specific zones we're going to point out? The reason we're doing that is because the purpose of the trading channel, the YouTube channel we have here, and all of our educational content is to help you become an independently successful trader. So let's go ahead and go through the market. Let's start off on the euro dollar. And here we are on this pair on the daily chart. And what I'm going to do, since we're going to go through and break down this entire chart, doing top-down analysis to show you guys some of the best trading opportunities, is I'm just going to delete everything off the chart. We're going to go ahead and start fresh with a completely clear, completely clean chart. No indicators involved at all. One of the best ways that I've found to spot out great potential trading opportunities throughout my trading career is by taking a look at the most simple form of technical analysis, which is understanding structure and trend. We're going to start off with trend. What trend is the euro dollar in? Well, if we take a look, we scrunch the chart up just a bit here, you can see that we are in a very obvious downtrend. And why do we mention that? Why do we say that? Well, we say that because looking at this chart from the high point here around 1.26, you can see that the market pushed down, breaking below structure, pushed back up, and then continued in that downtrend. Pushed back up, continued in that downtrend, pushed back up, continued in that downtrend. Because we're continuing to make lower lows and lower highs here on the euro dollar, our anticipation is that that cycle continues until we have reason to believe that it will end. What is that reason to believe it will end? Well, a break of structure looking to the left. Let's zoom in here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about there. In order to classify this as a reversal or to anticipate that the euro dollar is not going to continue lower, the rules that I use personally is I have to see this market break and close above its most previous level of resistance. And I do define that resistance level with a very strict set of rules. And if you want to learn more about those rules, more about the way I read structure, we have free trainings on that, and I will link them in the description below. But also, as we push down, right, we break below this level of structure, we push back up. Have we broken and closed above this previous level of resistance? The answer is no. So for that reason, we anticipate a continuation down. This gives us a bias even if we go down to lower time frames. Let's say we want to make trades on the 4-hour, 1-hour, even on a day trading time frame. You may want to have a bias of going short based on this daily chart analysis and trend. Now, that's not all when it comes to spotting great trading opportunity zones, right? This is a way of getting a bias in the direction you want to trade. But when it comes to spotting a great trading zone, you also have to take a look at structure. That's why the combination of these two simple forms of technical analysis has been one of the major ways I use in order to predict market moves and in order to anticipate great trading opportunities throughout my trading career. So when it comes to structure zones, what can we look at? Well, one of the major places I see here on the euro dollar for possible trades is right back up in this area. You see here we had a level of support that the market reacted to multiple times through here. We have another level of support here, and as the market broke below our previous level of structure doing this, we came up and found resistance here. Now, so that what that means is that if this market can get back up into that level without breaking and closing, let me delete this, it's probably getting confusing, above this level, if we get back up into this zone in through here, that is a great trading opportunity for the way I trade and the rules that I have. Now, does that mean it's a great trading opportunity for you? Well, that's completely up to you. You see, the point of trading is not just having perfect zones that you can trade in. What you need is a trading plan, a strategy built around this data, built around the fact that we have a zone of structure here. Once you build a strategy around this, you can go down to smaller time frames and trade things as simple as double bottoms while the market's in this specific condition, being in a downtrend at whatever you classify as a major level of structure. Now that you have trend and structure taken care of as your conditions, you can test very simple strategies or as complicated of strategies as you would like. Down on lower time frames, you take that, test it through historical data, see if it gives you an edge over the market. If it gives you an advantage, then you have the makings of a profitable strategy, the makings of a profitable trading plan. So what I'm talking about here today in this video and in all of our videos is all the information that I've taken and tested through historical data along with traded with for the past 6 or 7 years. That's why I'm so confident in placing trades and pointing out great trading opportunities. But you don't need to blindly trade around this information. That's not at all what we want from you. What we want is to show you how to make great conditions for a possible strategy. And that's what we're doing here with the euro dollar. A great condition for a possible strategy is looking at an area between 1.15 and around 1.145, and in that zone, creating a strategy on a smaller time frame. What I'm pointing out here is an area that I will be looking for strategies in, is this area. So this is a great trading opportunity for me personally, is waiting on this market to come back up into that area and produce some kind of trading opportunity. And that's what we'll be waiting for here on the euro dollar, is a move up into that zone, and that zone to create trend continuation, breaking below these lows throughout the rest of this week. We'll now take a look into the same thing on the pound dollar. Sorry guys, I just realized that my camera died about halfway through that euro dollar analysis, but we have it back on now. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the pound dollar. Here on this pair, we are in a period of consolidation. As you can see, the market's not in any type of clear trend, so that discounts having a bias on a lower time frame. So right now, we can't say whether we have a short bias or a long bias based on the analysis that I personally use, the technical analysis I personally use when trading. Right now, all I can trade personally is support and resistance levels, major support and resistance levels, like the one that the pound dollar is on its way down to. Seemingly, we're going to hit 1.2698. If we do, for me personally, this is going to be a good place to look for some possible counter trend bounce up to the next major level of structure, being at 1.2803. So this is a possible area where I'll be looking to get a possible around 100 pip bounce out of this market for a counter trend play here on the pound dollar. And let me define that period of consolidation for you guys so you can better understand why this market isn't trending. If we zoom out just a little here, you can see that this market previously was in a downtrend, right? We had a move down, kept coming down, and then what did we do? Well, we came up, we started breaking into new resistance levels, breaking past our previous major level of resistance, and having what we call a 1, 2 being the pullback, 3 move. That 1, 2, 3 move means that this is a possible reversal. Directly after that, we get what? Another 1, 2, 3 move. 1, 2, 3. And that signifies another possible reversal to the downside, but it does not signify a clear trend. Just signifying a reversal is not enough to have a bias in that general direction on a smaller time frame. So although we are in a possible reversal situation, we will need to see a break of this support level in order to classify the downtrend here on the pound dollar, at least for the way I perform technical analysis. So that's what we're waiting on here. But while waiting on that, we will be taking a look at 1.2698 for a possible level of support as a counter trend play here out of the pound dollar. And that's really all we're looking for on this pair. Again, being in this big period of consolidation here on the pound dollar kind of hinders us when it comes to trend continuation trading, even on lower time frames, for the way we perform technical analysis. Now, let's go ahead and move on to our next pair, which is going to be the dollar yen. The dollar yen is in an uptrend here, and we can tell that by, let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger for you. We can tell that by looking at our most previous levels of support and resistance, right? Here is our most previous level of resistance. Here is the previous level of support. Until this is broken, we consider this market in an uptrend. While in this uptrend, what is our bias? Our bias is going to be to the upside. So here on the dollar yen, what we've seen is this market climbing, 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 and now we're expecting some type of retracement and a continuation of that trend to break above the 114.5 area. Now, right now specifically, we're seeing this market put in a nice looking wedge pattern with rising support levels here at the same level of resistance around 114. So what does that mean? Well, we know historically that this pattern, because of our underlying trend being to the upside, breaks out to the upside. So that gives us yet another reason to have a long bias here on the dollar yen. Now, again, remember, the bias is just one part of the puzzle when it comes to picking out great trading opportunities. What is the next part of that puzzle? Well, understanding major levels of support and resistance, understanding major structure in general. And for this specific situation, a major level of structure that we have, let me go ahead and delete the other red lines to make this easier, is right in here. And the reason for that is because it's a previous level of resistance that the market found resistance, support, and support from once more. So if we get back down into this level is going to be around 112.75. If we get down into that level, that's a level to look for one of those great trading opportunities, one of those really accurate trading opportunities based on our technical analysis. Do not go out and blindly trade that. Just because I say it's a great area to trade from does not mean it's going to work out. It doesn't mean it's going to be a winning trade if you just randomly place a trade in that zone. The reason I say that is because I have a very specific strategy I use in areas like this that has been tested thousands of times throughout historical data and proven to give me an advantage over the market. If you want to learn more about the strategies that I use in these areas, there is a link in the description for a free training on a breakout strategy we use. We have plenty of free trainings on some of these types of strategies, and we also have the EAP Training Program that'll take you step by step through building a trading plan around them. I'll link that in the description as well. But here on the dollar yen, that's exactly what we're going to be looking for throughout this week. Is we have a long bias on this pair. We can be looking for possible breakout trades on smaller time frames. Again, link for a breakout trading tutorial, which is completely free, is in the description, labeled EMA CP tutorial. And also, not only that, looking for that pullback to here to this level around 112.75 for possible long trades on this pair as well. And that's what we're looking at on the dollar yen. Let's go ahead and move on to our next pair. We'll try to speed this up a little bit because the video is going to get a bit long if I do not. The next pair we're going to take a look at is the Aussie dollar. And here, I do believe we're going to be able to go ahead and delete all this. Let me make sure I don't have backtesting data on this before I actually delete everything like we did on the euro dollar. So in order to go ahead and perform technical analysis, the straight up top-down analysis that we perform every day before trading, I'm going to go ahead and delete everything off the chart and really start from scratch with you guys. So starting from scratch here on the Aussie dollar, what can we see? Go ahead and tell me if you can point out anything specific on this pair. Well, here on this pair, not only do we have something very significant that just happened, but it came from a really popular reversal signal, right? We have this push down. Currently, if we were at this point right here in the market, we would be expecting this downtrend to continue, still expecting this downtrend to continue, but this is the area I'm talking about where we have that really significant popular reversal signal, which is a double bottom. Here's that double bottom. We have our double bottom, and then what happens? Right here would be our most previous level of resistance. We're looking to see if the market can break above that level in order to classify this as a reversal. We get that break above that level. What are we doing right now? Well, if this daily chart closes up above where it is right now, or at least up above this previous resistance level, then we can mark this as a reversal, as a possible reversal, and have a long bias here on the Aussie dollar. So really paying attention to this daily candle that we have right here that we're currently on to see if it closes above this resistance level. That will give us a daily bias. Something I really like about this specific chart as well is that after that daily bias, we're going to have a fantastic level of structure to look at for possible long trades, looking around the 0.73 area. And the reason for that is because right back here, again, you can see this multiple tested level of structure that's been resistance and support. So what have we done? And it's been resistance here as well. What have we done so far? We looked at trend. We saw that this market's in a possible reversing situation. We know that if we break above this resistance level, or if we close above this resistance level, we can mark this as a possible reversal. And then we also know that we have that specific trading zone where we can look for the great trading setups we've been talking about right around 0.73. So the preparation here is to be looking for a pullback into 0.73 or around that zone in this zone here, and to be looking for some kind of specific entry reason, some kind of specific strategy down on a lower time frame right there in that area, or even on the daily time frame, depending on the type of trader you are. If you are a swing trader and you have strategies like this that are based around trend and structure, this will be a great place to look for a trading opportunity for you. It's right in the 0.73 zone. Again, this is an area I really like here out of the Aussie dollar. So that's what we're paying attention to for the rest of this week on this specific currency pair. Let's go ahead and move on now to our final pair, which is going to be the dollar Swiss. And let's go ahead and, can we delete everything? Again, I'm going to make sure I don't have backtesting data on this because that would suck to delete everything. So we can go ahead and delete everything here and start from scratch as well. Starting from scratch here on the dollar Swiss, what are we looking at when it comes to trend? See if you can spot and identify that. Well, here on this pair, we have a starting point, a push up, pull back, push up, pull back. What are we in? We're in a uptrend right now, currently in an uptrend on this pair. So what does that mean? That means until we break this level of support, we are looking at this as an uptrend bias as a long bias on this specific pair. So looking for long trades, we know that now. Looks like this just created a double bottom on a 4-hour chart. We'll actually go take a look at that as well, but let's stick to the purpose of this video. What we're looking at is trend first. The trend tells us we have an up bias. The trend tells us we have a long bias, meaning the market is likely to continue up. The next thing we're looking at is what? We're looking at specific levels of structure that have been tested multiple times to create a great trading opportunity zone. Well, right here's a level that has been tested multiple times. We zoom the chart out a little bit to view other levels that we could possibly take trades from. It looks like that zone is going to be about it when it comes to where the market is right now. So this is our great trading opportunity zone right here around 0.9875. What we're looking at here, though, is also an uptrend on the dollar Swiss and the market coming down and creating a possible double bottom while in an uptrend. So let's take a look at that on a lower time frame as well. But if we're looking for that perfect trading zone based on the rules and the technical analysis that I do, right in this zone, the market's really almost there. We could almost use that top part of this line as part of this zone. So really we're about in that zone anyway. So let's go down to a smaller time frame, the 4-hour chart, and see what this double bottom looks like down on the smaller time frame. Well, here on the smaller time frame, we indeed have a double bottom looking right here at the 4-hour chart. So what have we done? We know that the market on the daily chart is showing us it's likely to continue higher and break above this resistance level that we just pointed out. We see on the 4-hour chart that we're down close to a really significant zone here out of the dollar Swiss on the daily chart based on that multiple tested level of structure. So now that we know those two things, we also have a double bottom scenario. Let's go ahead and bring up RSI. Do we have divergence on this double bottom? The answer to that, yes, we do. We have a lower RSI here compared to the second test, which was here. That being the case, we have RSI divergence, a double bottom, all in a significant area of structure on a daily chart while the daily chart's in an uptrend. Do you see how we can combine different conditions and entry reasons in order to create full strategies here out of this type of technical analysis? Technical analysis is a key step to learning how to trade profitably, but it's not all you need. Just because you get good at understanding trend and structure doesn't mean you're just all of a sudden going to be a profitable trader. There's a lot more steps involved than that. And if you want to be taken step by step through all of the steps it takes in order to create a strategy, we have a free training listed below labeled EMACP strategy, where I take you through the process of building an entire breakout strategy. So if you need help learning rules-based strategies and how to create one, that link is in the description. It is absolutely free to go through that training. Also, as always, if you got value out of this video and you want to be alerted when we come out with our 1 to 2 videos per week talking about technical analysis, structure, different strategies, how to create strategies, and really how to become a professional trader. If you want to be alerted about all of those, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification bell. Click that like button for me before you go if you enjoyed this video. To help support the channel, share the video, and I wish you the best of luck in all your future trades. I hope that you trade green. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.
Fearless.